Hello. The Divine Code reading for December 31st, pages 413 and 414. We're in the chapter Laws of a Pursuer and Self-Defense. Topic number 13. However, if a thief enters, so before we were learning that if a thief goes into a person's house, the owner of the house has permission to kill him, with the assumption that the thief would be prepared to kill a person in the house if he was confronted, and we do have permission to confront a thief. Topic 13. However, if a thief enters secretly into a garden, field, or animal pen, it is forbidden to kill him. That is, he still has blood. So the question is whether or not, the definition is that we're not allowed to kill someone who has blood, meaning that a living person. So the person that we would have permission to kill in a case of self-defense or a case of the pursuer is the person no longer does not have halakhically does not have blood in certain situations. So in other words, the person that is stealing out of a garden is considered to have blood, since it is unlikely that the owner will be found in these places, and it is assumed the thief only comes to steal without being ready to kill. That's the Rambam, the Laws of Theft, 9:12. And this is the basic principle, is that if there's a reasonable expectation that the thief has come in with the thief comes into the liquor store with his gun out, demanding cash. The assumption is that that thief is ready to kill, and the thief that breaks into a house, especially a house that is possibly occupied and is stealing, there's a reasonable expectation the thief is prepared to kill. And the scenario here is if he goes into a garden and he's stealing, whatever he's doing in the garden, or he's taking the tools from the garden, it's not reasonable to expect that he's ready to kill, because he doesn't expect anyone to be there. Not in that situation be permitted to kill. But the underlying thing of these examples, the underlying is whether or not the thief is prepared to kill. That's the underlying question. So in the case of an animal pen, it's the reasonable expectation is that he's not prepared to kill. Topic number 14. If a robber is leaving from a building, apartment, or office where he stole, the owner or someone else finds him leaving, whether or not he is holding any stolen money or objects, then it is forbidden to kill him. So the person has already committed the robbery. When he's inside of the building, he's on high alert, and if he's confronted, he might kill. That's a reasonable expectation. As he's leaving, his only thought is to get out of there. And it's not a reason. Now, it's possible that if he's confronted at that point, he might still be prepared to kill. So I'm not sure. These scenarios, we have to be cautious. The scenario is not the critical issue. The critical issue is whether or not the thief is prepared to kill. That's the critical question. These others are examples that may or may not work properly. We don't rely upon the examples. We rely upon the underlying question. The examples are just to give us help in thinking through the underlying question. He has the status of giving blood. that is, if others are not permitted to kill him, because he has turned his back to leave, and there is no risk that he will be a pursuer. Likewise, if a robber is discovered and surrounded by people who will capture him, and so it is clear that he presents no danger to the owner. Shulchan Aruch Harav, Laws of Bodily Damages, topic 13. Then even though he is still on the property, and the one he is stealing from, he is not considered as a pursuer and is forbidden to kill him. And that's Rambam, The Laws of Theft, 9:11. So if there's a large group of people that have stopped this, if one person is confronting the thief, it's possible that the one person could be attacked by the thief. But if there's a large number of people around the thief, the assumption is the thief is not going to attack him. If the thief did attack him, then they would have permission to kill him to prevent the attack, not because they're finding him on the property. The permission to kill the thief is not a question of justice. It's a question of what's necessary under the circumstance for the purpose of self-protection. If the robber stole from the house owner and the house owner is chasing him to retrieve his money and belongings, the owner is permitted to strike the robber to retrieve his stolen property. And this will be explained in topic 9:11. Topic chapter 6:10. So there's issues regarding injury, that possibly to retrieve one's stolen property, it's possible to injure the thief. But it is forbidden to kill the robber in order to get back what was stolen. And that's Shulchan Aruch Harav, Laws of Bodily Damage, topic 13. Also, if witnesses catch a robber in the act of entering a house to steal, it can be assumed that the person will not go ahead and steal, if doing so would make him liable to capital punishment from the court system. So, if there's a capital punishment, or in a regular court situation, in outside, in a regular civil situation like we have today, if witnesses see the person going in, the cat's out of the bag. It's already been, the assumption is the witnesses are going to testify in court. The assumption is the people are going to call 911. The police are going to come. The thief at that point realizes that he has been caught. Now, this is the assumption. The assumption is the thief realizes he's been caught. And therefore, he's no longer in the category as a person that might be prepared to kill a person who it's theoretically similar to having a group of people around him already, even though they're not there yet. So it's less likely that he would be a person that would kill someone who confronted him. Nevertheless, that was the Maggid Mishnah on Shulchan Aruch Harav, about laws of bodily damage. Topic 13. Nevertheless, if it is clear that he is not paying heed to the witnesses and he continues with his intentions, he is considered a pursuer and it is permitted to kill him. So if witnesses see him go in, and if he had any rational thought process at that point, he would probably get out of there, or he would be very cautious at that point with what he's doing. If it seems that he doesn't care that people are watching him, that might be even more of a concern of him being a threat. that if he's confronted, if he doesn't care about witnesses seeing him, then if someone confronts him, then he's even more likely that he's going to kill someone who confronts him. And therefore, in that situation, even though witnesses have seen him, it would be permitted to kill him, with the assumption that he's gonna kill whoever confronts him. Topic number 15. Within Torah law, even one who pursues unintentionally has the status of pursuer. Again, this has got nothing to do with justice. The laws of the pursuer has nothing to do with justice. It has to do with the laws of self-defense. So it's not whether or not the person is right or wrong. If he could be a totally righteous person, but if he has a status of pursuer, then that's how the rules apply in the situation. Afterwards, if he was taken to court, he would be exonerated. There would be nothing he did wrong. But that one has got nothing to do with the other. We have to always keep that in mind, that the rules here have to do with self-defense. It has nothing to do with justice. Within Torah law, even one who pursues unintentionally has the status of pursuer. The person in danger of being killed by the pursuer may act to save himself, and he may kill the pursuer if this is the only way. This can be learned from the case of a woman whose life is threatened in childbirth. Because the fetus surely has no intentions of murder. See Tiferes Israel Boaz, Tractate Ohayot, end of chapter 1. So we learned from the laws concerning childbirth. If a fetus is threatening the life of the mother, then it's permitted to kill the fetus. Now, it doesn't mean the fetus was bad. It just has to do with the situation at hand. And the same situation at hand, that same rule applies across the board. It's got nothing to do with right or wrong. It's got nothing to do with the pursuer being a bad person. That's a totally separate topic from what we're looking at here. It is clear that this applies. No. Okay. Even though we have written in chapter 2, topics 4 and 5, that it is forbidden to kill another person in order to save one's own life, because of the principle, who says your blood is redder than his? That is only if the other person is not pursuing him. So if it's medically necessary to have someone else's liver, we can't go and kill a person just to get his liver. That person is doing nothing. That person has nothing to do with the need. In the case of saying they're going to kill someone to take his liver so that the other person will live. The person with the liver being killed does not have anything to do with the other person needing the liver. So it would not be permitted to kill the person in that situation. Rather, others are telling him that if he does not commit that murder, they will kill him. Okay, so there's a group of people in this situation. There's a group of people who are saying to kill so-and-so. And if you don't kill so-and-so, then the robbers are going to kill him. You can't kill so-and-so because so-and-so has nothing to do with the people that want to kill him. He's just there's no connection. It's not that he is threatening. If the person that's doing the threat is the pursuer, not the unrelated person. Therefore, it would be permitted to kill the threatener, but it would not be permitted to kill another person. However, if one is in a situation such as that if he does not kill a person who is unknowingly putting his life in danger, he himself will be killed, then he is considered to be pursued, and the other person has unwittingly become a pursuer. If necessary, he may save himself by killing the pursuer, even though the pursuer is not intentionally endangering him. And there'll be a couple of examples in tomorrow's reading on this of how it's possible that a person can unintentionally be a pursuer. And it's a very sad situation, but again, this has nothing to do with justice. It has to do with the circumstance and how to deal with difficult circumstances when they come up. Thank you.